All right. Hello, everyone. We are Team Wireless Union, and we're presenting our Lorem Ipsum text generator AI, which is a personal writing assistant. So let's introduce you to our team. So I'm Will. I'm from Maryland, and I worked on data collection. I worked on training the academic model, and I worked on the front end a little bit, as well as testing the website.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm from California, and I did a lot of the backend stuff.
Hi, my name is Aliya, and I worked on the human grammar fix.
Hi, my name's Ryan. I worked on the customer support thing.
Hi, I'm Chinmay, and I worked on the on the front end and some of the human conversation text.
Hi, I'm Kanishk. I'm from California, and I worked on the backend and the human conversation model.
All right, so we're just going to walk you through a little bit of how it works and how to use it and how we created it, and then we're going to demo it for you. So Ryan, you can tell them how to use the model.
All right. So the Lorem Ipsum bot is a text generating writing assistant that can help the user in an assortment of writing scenarios. The user can select from a drop-down menu to select the different scenarios, such as human conversation, customer support, and academics. The bot can generate sentences based on the prompt given. Once the sentences are produced, the user can change the sentence in three different ways: grammar fix, summarization, and changing the style to informal or informal or formal.
All right. Andrew's going to tell you about the different technology that we use to create the AI.
The main model we used was a GPT-2 AI text generation model, and then we also used a BART model for text summarization and a T5 model for grammar correction. And all of these models were trained by fine-tuning the pre-trained language model. We used Google Colab for training, and then we uploaded the models to the CoCalc server where we put them into the website.
All right. Chinmay can explain the data sets that we used for all of our.
So as mentioned earlier, we split our project into three groups: the human conversation group, the customer support group, and the academic conversation group. And we got all of our data sets from Hugging Face and Kaggle. So the human conversation group used a data set that has a normal human conversation. The customer support group used a data set that had different customer support questions and responses. And finally, the academic conversation group used a data set with a conversation between a student and a teacher.
All right. Aliya is going to explain how to use it and how you can expand on its uses.
So our text generation project can be utilized in various scenarios, such as everyday conversations, academic conversations, and business or customer support. My team also expanded to include text summarization, a style changer, and a grammar fixer. For example, you can submit a prompt for daily conversation and get back an output for which you may tailor the style to fit your needs. Some instances of use are emails, writing assignments, or everyday talk.
All right, and Kanishk is going to explain some of the challenges that we faced while creating our model.
So we had a lot of challenges along the way that we had to overcome. Finding data sets was one of the first issues that we ran into, as there weren't that many data sets that matched what we were looking for, as we had multiple scenarios that required different data sets for each scenario. And then we also had to pre-process the data, which was also a huge challenge, as almost all the data sets were found and formatted in a very weird and unorthodox way. And then the final challenge we ran into was training the AI model, where it took a long time due to the data sets just being huge. And we also had to retrain multiple times because we lost our progress. And then in the very end, we had to debug with some issues with the outputs of our model, and we had to incorporate them into our website.
All right, so that's basically how we created our model. And now I'm going to demo it for you, all of its uses. So let's start with the customer service text generation. I'll just input a simple word like could to try and get a full sentence related to customer service. So when this loads, it will spit out a sentence based on customer service. We did use a wide variety of conversation data for this, so some of them are a little bit aggressive, but this is obviously more casual sentence. So the first expansion technique that I'm going to show you is the style forming. So if I click this button, it should change this from a casual sentence to a much more formal sentence. If it loads. There we go. Yeah, so now you can see it's a lot more formal, it's a lot more polite, it's correct grammar and all that. So that function, you can put any amount of text into it and it will change the style from casual to formal and back again, which can be really helpful if you're trying to write like an email, if you're trying to write a letter, any sort of thing where you need to fix your writing style, even an essay. You can use this to help switch it back and forth. So now let's try the academic text generation. So let's see, submit something like neural networks, since that's related to stuff we've been learning. And this is going to take data from a set of research paper abstracts. So like snippets from different research papers, that's where this data is coming from. So there we go. So now you can see we have a short paragraph taken from a research paper about neural networks. So it's almost like a search tool. You put in any keyword and it'll find you data from any research paper in the data set that we use that has those words in it. So the next feature I'm going to demo for you is the summarize feature. So this is going to shorten this paragraph into something that only contains essential information, and it's a lot simpler to read and understand, which obviously can be really helpful if you're trying to read long papers, long essays, any sort of thing that will take you a long time to read. This can shorten it and make sure you get all the important information anyway. All right, see, it's less than half the length that it used to be. So the summarizer just cut out any unnecessary words and only puts in a couple of sentences that contain all the necessary information that you need. This obviously can be really helpful for shortening long passages if you want to be able to understand things more quickly and more easily. So finally, we're going to go with writing to an acquaintance. So this is normal human conversation. Let's start with something like, how are you? Because that's common and simple. And this will generate a snippet of real conversation starting with, how are you? There you go. As you can see, a couple sentences of a conversation between two people. And the final function that I'm going to show you is the grammar fix function. So this will fix any sort of grammatical errors, fix any unfinished sentences, any missing punctuation, any wrong capitalization, anything like that. And there we go. You can see it fixed any punctuation. It took out incomplete sentences, and it fixed all the grammar. That's it. That's our full model. Thank you for watching our presentation.